Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J. Nowak. So for today's episode, it's once again a bit early in the morning, so of course I might not be talking very loud here. But anyways, what I got here to talk about is fats. And I'm not just pointing that out because, of course, there's the many problems that currently reside with the type of obesity epidemic that we used to have 20 years ago. And in all this time that we've had, we've basically been spending most of it getting ourselves back to a point where we're no longer in such a horrible state. Our way of life was very, very bad back then. The enormous rates of obesity, pollution, and political arguments, they are so awfully spoken of. But today we are, in fact, doing whatever we can to eliminate most of this. And we've actually done a pretty good effort of doing all of that stuff and keeping the political talk at a low level so that way people won't end up having a lot of, problems about this whole thing. But I guess going back to fats, there are two different types of fats in the body, yet most people don't even realize this. There's the vestigial fat, of course, which can be derived from centering itself beneath the muscular tissue. Usually it envelops some of the organs and the like. Usually it can block off the arteries and the like. And of course, if clots get bad enough, that is in fact what can cause strokes or heart disease at some point in your life. And then there's the subcutaneous fats. That's what that is. It's basically the other type of fat. The fat that will most likely not do any real damage to your system, but all it will do will be to, one, provide some extra cushioning underneath the skin, just to protect your organs and the like. And the second thing is that, it can also help extend your lifetime in a point where you're not able to have food, such as when you're out in the ocean on a raft or some case, which has happened back then a lot of times. Essentially, subcutaneous fat can be the exact opposite as vestigial fat. When vestigial fat is pretty much just an agent that is likely to cause most common diseases and conditions that especially could affect you later on in life, subcutaneous fat would pretty much do the exact opposite. At the same time that it can provide extra cushioning for the system and also help you to prolong your lifetime even more so if you're stuck in a situation where you're not able to have food in any way. I feel like that at the same time that all that happens, there's certainly a lot of other people who are pretty much feeling the exact opposite. That both vestigial fat and subcutaneous fat, they can both be pretty dangerous, but it's not likely to be true. Vestigial fat is the real killer, and subcutaneous fat, it can be misunderstood for being another likely cause of some diseases out there, but no. There's a few other reasons as to how subcutaneous fat isn't really able to harm you or cause any other diseases of any sorts, aside from the fact that, you'll have some extra pounds on you, and it could drag you if you're trying to do, let's say, a marathon. So, when all that being said, I do hope you continue to enjoy HJN, and I also do hope that more subjects are going to come along the way. But at this time, if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.